Hey there, amazing English learners. I'm Chris, and welcome to English Next Level, the podcast where we don't just learn English, we transform the way you think about becoming fluent. You know what? I'm incredibly excited about today's episode because we're going to tackle something that affects every single English learner I've ever met. And trust me, I've worked with thousands of students from over 50 countries. Today, we're not memorizing vocabulary lists or drilling grammar rules. Instead, we're going on a journey together to discover the 4 invisible barriers that might be keeping your English locked away, and more importantly, how to break through them, starting right now. Here's what I promise you. By the end of our time together today, you'll understand exactly why your English feels stuck sometimes, and you'll have a clear roadmap to move forward. You'll discover that fluency isn't about being perfect, it's about being brave, consistent, and kind to yourself. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's unlock your English potential together. Let me start with a story that changed everything for me. A few years ago, I met Maria from Colombia. She came to me frustrated and almost ready to quit English forever. "Chris," she said, "I've been studying for 6 years. I understand movies, I read English books, but when someone talks to me, I freeze up completely. Does this sound familiar to you?" Maria wasn't alone. In fact, research shows that 70% of English learners get stuck at the intermediate level for years, not because they lack intelligence or talent, but because of 4 specific barriers that no one talks about. The good news? Once Maria understood these barriers, she broke through to fluency in just 4 months. She now works for an international company and recently told me, "Chris, I never thought I could feel this confident in English." And you know what? You can have that same breakthrough. Let's discover how. Imagine your English fluency as a beautiful garden. You've planted seeds, you've watered them with study and practice, but somehow the flowers aren't blooming. Why? Because there are 4 invisible weeds choking your progress. Today, we're going to identify these weeds and pull them out one by one. Are you ready? Let's begin. The first barrier I call the perfectionist prison. And honestly, this one breaks my heart because I see it destroy confidence every single day. Picture this. You're in a conversation. Someone asks you a simple question like, "What did you do this weekend?" And suddenly your mind starts racing. Should I say, "I went," or "I have been"? Wait, is my pronunciation correct? Oh no, they're waiting for an answer. I should know this. Maybe I'll just smile and nod. Sound familiar? Here's the truth that might surprise you. Native speakers make mistakes constantly. Just yesterday, my American friend said, "I could care less," which technically means the opposite of what she intended. But did anyone stop understanding her? Of course not. You see, perfectionism isn't protecting you, it's imprisoning you. Every time you choose silence over speaking because you're afraid of making a mistake, you're actually making the biggest mistake of all. You're not practicing. But here's your key to freedom: progress over perfection. Let me share something that changed Maria's life. I gave her one simple challenge. For the next week, make 1 English mistake on purpose every day. She thought I was crazy, but here's what happened. By day 3, she was laughing at her mistakes instead of fearing them. By day 7, she was speaking more than she had in 6 months. Starting today, I want you to try this. Set a timer for just 3 minutes. Talk about your day out loud in English. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about accent. Just focus on communicating your message. If you make mistakes, and you will, celebrate them. Say, "Good job, brain. We're learning." Remember, every mistake is not a failure. It's data. It's your brain learning exactly what it needs to practice next. The second barrier is what I call the grammar maze. This is when you know so many grammar rules that you can't find your way out of them to actually speak. I had a student from Japan. Let's call him Hiroshi.
He could explain the difference between present perfect and past perfect better than most English teachers. But when I asked him to tell me about his lunch, he spent 30 seconds thinking about verb tenses and forgot what he actually ate. Here's a secret that grammar books don't tell you. Children learn language by copying patterns, not by memorizing rules. A 3-year-old doesn't think, now I need to use the past tense irregular verb. They just hear, I went to the store, enough times that it feels natural. You want to know what the most fluent non-native speakers I know have in common? They think in chunks, not rules. Instead of thinking, I need past tense, third-person singular negative form, they think, I didn't go. One complete piece. Here's your grammar breakthrough strategy. For the next 2 weeks, ignore grammar books completely. Instead, every time you hear a phrase you like in a movie, conversation, or podcast, write it down exactly as you heard it. Practice these complete phrases until they feel natural. Your brain will start recognizing patterns automatically, just like it did when you were learning your first language. Trust the process. Trust your brain's natural pattern recognition. It's more powerful than you think.
The third barrier might be the most painful one, the comparison trap. Sarah from Brazil wrote to me last month, Chris, I see these people on YouTube speaking perfect English and I feel so stupid. I've been studying for 2 years and I still can't speak like them. Maybe I'm just not good at languages. Aw, Sarah, if only you could see what I see. Here's what social media doesn't show you. Those perfect speakers you admire, they made thousands of mistakes to get there. They had moments of frustration, confusion, and doubt, just like you. The person speaking perfect English in that video might have taken 30 tries to record it. They might have been studying for 10 years. They might have grown up in a bilingual household. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes struggle to their highlight reel. But you know what makes you special? Your journey is uniquely yours. Your progress matters. Your effort counts. Maria, from our earlier story, she told me, Chris, I used to feel bad because my classmate learned faster than me. Now I realize he had English cartoons as a child, and I grew up in a small village speaking only Spanish. We started from completely different places. Instead of looking at others, I want you to become your own biggest fan. Here's how. Every Friday, I want you to record a 2-minute voice message about your week. Don't post it anywhere, just keep it for yourself. After a month, listen to your first recording. You'll be amazed at how much you've improved. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small. I understood a joke in English today. I asked for directions without using Google Translate. I dreamed in English last night. These moments matter. These moments are building your fluency one brick at a time. The final barrier is sneaky because it feels like you're working hard. The passive trap. This is when you spend hours watching English videos, reading articles, listening to podcasts like this one, but never actually use English yourself. You become a perfect consumer of English, but not a creator. Think about it this way. If you wanted to become a chef, would you just watch cooking shows for 6 months? Of course not. You'd need to get in the kitchen, make mistakes, burn some toast, and gradually get better. English is exactly the same. Here's the game changer, the 50-50 rule. For every minute you spend consuming English content, spend 1 minute producing English content. Watch a 10-minute video, spend 10 minutes talking about it out loud. Read an article, write a summary in your own words. Listen to a podcast, tell someone what you learned. Right now, I want you to try something. After this episode ends, find a quiet space and spend 5 minutes explaining to an imaginary friend what you just learned. Use your own words. Don't worry about being perfect, just focus on expressing your thoughts clearly. This one technique will transform your passive knowledge into active fluency faster than anything else I know. You know what I love most about working with English learners? That moment when everything clicks. When you stop translating in your head and start thinking in English. When you stop being afraid of mistakes and start seeing them as stepping stones.
That moment is closer than you think.
Your 7-day freedom challenge. Here's what I want you to do this week. Choose just one barrier that resonated with you today. If perfectionism is your barrier, make one mistake on purpose every day and celebrate it. If grammar overwhelms you, ignore grammar rules and focus on copying natural phrases you hear. If comparison hurts you, start your weekly voice journal and celebrate your unique progress. If passive learning traps you, use the 50-50 rule. Match every minute of input with 1 minute of output. I want you to know something. You are not behind. You are not too old. You are not bad at languages. You are exactly where you need to be for your next breakthrough. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is consistent action and self-compassion. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Give yourself credit for how far you've come. Give yourself the gift of daily practice. Your English fluency isn't a destination, it's a journey. And every day you choose to continue that journey, you're already succeeding. Before we wrap up, here's your phrase to remember this week. Progress beats perfection every single time. When you feel frustrated with your English, repeat this phrase. When you make a mistake, remember this phrase. When you compare yourself to others, come back to this phrase. Progress beats perfection every single time. You know what? I'm genuinely excited for you because now you know the truth that took me years to learn. Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent, patient, and brave. If today's episode sparked something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your breakthrough moments with our community. We're all cheering for each other here at English Next Level. And remember, every time you practice, every time you speak, every time you choose courage over comfort, you're not just improving your English, you're proving to yourself that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Until next week, keep speaking, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. Your fluency isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. This is Chris from English Next Level, reminding you that your best English is yet to come.